September 18. Reuters Canada's main stock index futures edged higher on Monday ahead of a two-day Federal Reserve meeting, and as investors breathed a sigh of relief that the weekend passed with no new provocation from North Korea. September futures on the SPT-SX index were up 0.1% at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Securities data for July is due at 08:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Canadian investors bought a net $13.22 billion $10.84 billion worth of foreign securities in June, up from $4.30 billion in May. Canada's benchmark stock index notched a weekly gain of more than 1%, but ended nearly flat on Friday as falling metal prices and some profit-taking in other sectors largely offset gains in groups led by consumer companies. Dow Jones Industrial Average E-mini futures were up 0.25% at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Time, while SP 500 E-mini futures were up 0.2% and Nasdaq 100 E-mini futures were up 0.16%. Morning News Call newsletter here. The day ahead newsletter here. Top stories. Canada's UNIFER union said its members at General Motors Company's Kami Auto Assembly plant in Ingersoll, Ontario, are on a strike from 10:59 p.m. local time September 17 as it failed to reach a tentative agreement with the automaker. Analyst research highlights AGF Management Limited RBC raises price target to C$8.50 from C$7. Great Canadian Gaming Corporation RBC raises price target to C$41 from C$36. Commodities at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Gold futures $1,318.5 6.8 PCT. U.S. crude $49.62 0.54%. Brent crude $55.29 0.59%. LME 3-month copper $6,540 0.51%. U.S. economic data due on Monday. 1000 NAHB housing market index for September expected 67 prior 68 1600 net LT flows. XWIPs for July prior $34.4 BLN 1600 foreign buying to bonds for July prior $19.7 BLN 1600 overall net capital flow for July prior $7.7 BLN 1600 net LT flows including swaps for July prior $15.1 BLN for Canadian markets news. Click on codes TSX Market Report Canadian dollar and bonds report Reuters Global Stocks Poll for Canada Canadian Markets Directory $1 C $1.22 reporting by Pathikrit Bandyapadhyay in Bengaluru editing by Sriraj Kalyavila.